8:54 on Breakfast Television. Well, the film and TV industry is preparing to relaunch in BC as much of the economy starts to reopen. And much like other industries, production companies will have to follow health guidelines implemented by WorkSafe BC. Joining us now is Peter Leach, Chair of Motion Picture Production Industry Association of BC. Hi, Peter. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's get right into it. How do you film TVs? How do you film television shows and movies during a pandemic? What adjustments have you guys had to make?
Well, we take a look at the WorkSafe protocols and we just make sure we comply with those. And, we've got our own protocols which are over and above WorkSafe's protocols in terms of the safe return to work. Our number one priority is to make sure that the workers, cast and crew, feel safe returning to work.
Okay, so lots of hand sanitizer stations, I'm assuming, physical distancing. I was also reading some of the guidelines by WorkSafe BC. They're asking production companies to reduce the amount of singing and yelling in scenes. How does that work?
Well, I think the production companies themselves will recognize, what is safe behavior on set? What do they have to do? And, if that's part of the protocol, they'll certainly abide by that protocol. Things will change a little bit, but, I think we're up for the challenge in BC.
And are you going to have less people on set? Are camera guys going to have to get more creative with their shots?
Well, I think there'll be certainly more prep time and more care taken in terms of, what is the safe protocol on set. And things will change a little bit. You're going to have people with PPE on that, of course, we never had before. There'll be certain places where, of course, we have fewer people on set. Instead of, jamming a whole bunch of people in a room, there'll be far fewer at a time. But, I think the important thing is to make sure that we abide by the protocols, not only that WorkSafe's done, but that the industry's worked on for the last few months.
So we know many businesses have taken a hit during COVID. Some have not been able to recover, like restaurants and hair studios. Has any production been permanently damaged?
Yeah, I mean, there's production companies across the country. There's, of course, the big U.S. studios that, BC does a lot of their business with. But, there's a number of companies that'll, this has had a serious impact on. And it's going to be a struggle to get back. And also things like insurance for COVID-19, is an important aspect of it that industry associations are working on. So, there's still more work to be done. And it's going to be a little bit more expensive for some companies to come back to work, for most companies, in terms of the safety protocols. But again, we're looking forward to returning.
And finally, Peter, real quick, are you optimistic that most production companies will be able to recover and thrive?
Well, I'm absolutely confident that the industry is going to do well here. And the reason is because it's a real can-do attitude, especially in British Columbia. The government's done a great job in keeping the numbers down with the BC Health Authority and Department of Health. So, that's a huge factor in BC. It makes us a go-to place. And we've done a lot of prep work to come back safely.
Okay, we are out of time, Peter, but thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was great to have you.
Thanks very much. Pleasure to be here.
Okay. 8:58.